Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy SoSo, in case you ain't know so, and welcome back to another dope episode of Sports with SoSo. Coming to you live, y'all. This week, the Heat struggle out west and try to find some wins. The Panthers are rolling as they've won 5 in a row, and the Dolphins get humbled in Baltimore and look forward to Sunday Night Football. It's time to take a ride, y'all. Let's go! Whew.
Happy New Year, fam.
Happy New Year, my dog. What it do?
Back in the lab. You know what it is.
You heard?
Talk to me nice. How you been?
I mean,
how was your New Year's?
It was good. Could have been better,
You
but
were asleep before midnight, weren't you?
I was, for sure. 100%, dog. 100%, dog.
You're getting
Fucking
old.
I was exhausted. I was drinking a lot. Fucking Dolphins had me on a bad one. So,
Dog, it was so bad.
fucking Heat killing my fucking parlay tickets. Like,
Oh my God.
no.
It's been brutal.
It's been rough.
It's been a little brutal.
It's been rough. It could be better.
It could be better.
It could be better.
Hey, but you know what? We got our health, we
Exactly.
got our family,
We got the podcast.
We got each other.
Yes. We got this means to get all this shit off our chest, and we definitely used it when we recorded OnlyFans
Go
earlier.
check that out. Available now.
Right now, head on over to the YouTube channel, press play on that, and drop a comment because we spilled some emotions.
Yeah.
Right? We spoke a lot about that game and what we need to do moving forward, facing the Bills on Sunday. So, yeah, go check that out, man.
Make sure to subscribe while you're at it too, if you haven't already, and tap in on the notifications so that you get alerted.
That's that little bell
notification.
notification.
You know what it is. Just do it.
Do it. Let's jump out the gate with the team that we haven't really started with
Talk to
recently.
me.
This is the Heat. They've been struggling, dog, and struggling bad out west, dog, against some I don't want to say inferior opponents, but teams that are pretty much on the same page as the Heat, right?
Teams that we thought they were going to beat.
They are who we thought they were. And this was after like the Christmas Day game where we went out there and got a good victory against Philadelphia, right?
Right.
We played well. We were able to find ways to create points outside of just relying on 3-pointers. We had a lot of guys cutting in that game. We had a lot of points in the paint. We shot really well from the free throw. And I was like, all right, this is a real good game for where we've been up and down, right? And then after that game, dog, it's just been very, very strange, dog. You go out there and you beat a Golden State team, right? In Golden State. Mm-hmm. But that game came a lot closer.
A struggling Golden State team.
Golden State.
That was one of the ones that we thought, we should win this one. And we did. We did well that night and we won.
They did. Hero had 26 that night. And, Jimmy obviously was missing his 4th game there with that strained calf that he has. So to grind out a victory, right, without having Jimmy, to start off the road trip and go up against a tough opponent, right? Golden State is a tough opponent, regardless of what the record may be right now, was good. And we did control that game for the most part because we got ahead on them, and then we stuck in that game pretty much through halftime just by being a defensive stalwart, and just coming up with defensive stops over and over and really rebounding the ball well. And those are things that when the Heat can do, They tend to win games, and they tend to close out quarters. Like that third quarter that he actually won it 33-25. And that was, significant because it was a tie game or a 1-point game going into halftime. So that he came out with that energy in order to match the intensity of the Golden State offense. Because let's be honest, they definitely have a better offense than we do, even with their struggles, right? Like they're able to generate high scoring games, and they lose a lot of high scoring games, but they're able to score buckets. The biggest thing for me was like, all right, we got the win to start the road trip. Let's get this dub. Got the pizza. Let's roll out and get another win, right? Because we got to face some tough opponents in the Clippers, right, and the Lakers towards the end. We go out there, dog. Jimmy comes back against Utah, plays 23 minutes.
I was worried about that game. Jimmy coming back.
Because it seems like, a letdown, like a relaxed type game. Jimmy's back, right? And that's exactly what it was. And then my 2 takeaways from that game is, 1, why are you coming back if you know you're not 100%? Right? If you don't want people to burn you for not playing, then don't play when you're not ready to play. Because you know how much this team depends on you and can depend on you, especially when things get tough in a game, right? Yeah, Hero can provide offense. Bam has been amazing since he's gotten back, right? And has been playing better in these losses. But when we look at a moment of difficulty and we look towards a leader, it's always going to be Jimmy, regardless who's on the floor. When you come back and you're 60% of yourself, maybe 75% of yourself, you're really doing a disservice because it's like you said, the team relies on you being there or that type of level player when you know you can't be. And then we get a complete, I don't want to say fallout, but you can just tell that the offense was just not clicking because people thought that Jimmy was going to be available and be the type of guy that, can score some points. And when he only had 8 points and he pretty much didn't finish the second half, it was like, all right, I know for sure that he shouldn't have played this game.
Yeah, you're also taking away minutes from somebody that might be 100% too.
Yeah, in the rotation.
So no, that was not fun to watch.
And we only stayed in that game realistically throughout the fourth quarter because of Bam. Bam was on fire that day from the free throw line. He was 14 to 20. He missed a lot, which is 6 free throws, but he was being that aggressive. And he ended up the game with 26 and 28 and 16. A great game from Bam.
Amazing.
And you got 25 points from Hero that day. So back-to-back over 25 points from Hero. And we still come up with a loss. That just shows you that there's nothing else happening. RJ Hampton got to start that game, dog. He played 0 points. Jovic got to start that game, 6 points. Jimmy played those 23 minutes, only had 8 points. No, only 2 players in double figures were Kevin Love, because he made a couple of threes, and Duncan, because he also went 3 of 5 from 3.
Yeah, it's not going to get it done, bro.
That's not it.
Not on the road.
That's not it. That's not it. And right now, yeah, we're deep, but we're not offensively deep. I feel like we're more defensively deep, right? Where we can throw guys out there that can be defensive matchups.
Okay, yeah, that's
right. And then say, like, we're not counting on Jamal Cain to come in here and drop 12 a night.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we count on Duncan to provide offense coming off the bench, or maybe in some situations, Lowry or Kevin Love. But realistically, those guys are more defensively oriented than anything else. So what are you really going to get from those guys?
It sounded like we need some more offensive firepower. So
we do need some more offensive firepower, dog. And it's just funny that right after that game, Jimmy leaves, we lose, and then, you're getting closer to the trade deadline. Some teams are bottoming out, right? Teams that have money invested into their salary cap and shit like that. And, you see the talks that DeMar DeRozan is available. Zach LaVine is still available, OG Anunoby was traded from the Knicks to the Knicks from Toronto. And the Heat actually talked to Toronto somewhat about what it would cost, or kind of kick the tires to see what the deal would have to be. But just shows you that the Heat are working diligently behind the scenes to get a trade done in order to provide some type of surplus here in the offensive department. Because right now, none of the guys that we have on the roster can do it. There's only one guy who really has immediate offense. That's Hero. We saw how bad it was when he left. Jimmy leaves, we're still around the same, points per game. Not a big difference. Bam is probably the second guy, and then Jimmy. Because Bam, when he's on offensively, he can create whatever. He can get to the rim. He can hit his shots. He can, cut, all types of stuff. Dunks, putbacks.
Versatile.
Very versatile when it comes to offense. So I would put Hero, then Bam, and then Jimmy. And then right behind that would be Duncan, obviously, because he's coming in to shoot at such a high percentage. But that's it.
And then Jaime probably after that.
And that's it. And Jaime is a guy who's not, again, we don't think of him as offensive guy. He comes in the game and you're like, dale, we're about to get hustle here. But not necessarily, 20 points, because he doesn't ball people up. He's not doing the flashy shit. He's just working hard, and it comes out for him.
The kid's fundamentally sound, bro.
Absolutely. But that's what you need, Joel.
I love
right?
that.
You don't have to be offensively. Yeah, you don't have to be offensively gifted, and I don't think Jaime Jaquez is. No, he's just fundamental,
he's just
sound, right? So yeah, again, he's more of a guy that you rely on to give me a little bit of everything, as opposed to provide offense, right? Hero, Bam, provide offense. We need your offense. We need that. Without that, we have nothing, and none of the other guys that we have on the bench can provide that. And you notice that even in the loss to the Clippers. We had a terrible second half. Only scored 46 points in the entire second half. i.e., nobody else is scoring. Nobody else is scoring. Bam, again, picking up the heavy lifting, 21 points, 15 rebounds. Like, how much longer can we put this weight on Bam to say, hey, you have to be the guy that not only wins the game for us, but you have to go out there and score the most points. We didn't have nobody else in 20 points that game. It was just Bam at 21.
That's horrible.
Horrible was Hero
game,
that night.
That Clippers game, I couldn't stay up to watch that, bro. Like,
why would you?
Well, I'm glad I didn't.
Why would you, guy? Come on, dog.
It was a complete breakdown.
Bro, when you almost give up 40 in a quarter.
That is unreal. That's not Heat basketball.
That's not Heat basketball, dog. And the fourth quarter was 26-19. That's fucking college basketball type shit. So just shows you that the offense was terrible. You know, it's just bad from guys that you can't have it. And I get it. Look, we started Jamal Cain that game. Tyler here, Kyle Lowry started that game. We're depleted. We're hurt. We don't have guys that can come in, step up, and do some damage consistently. We don't have that. So Spo's trying to put out lineups out there, you know, to figure it out. And I think that Spo, there's a crazy stat out there. Spo is like top 3%, top 1% NBA all time of different lineups. Like this guy has like
creating different,
just every year. Here it comes, every game, every season. Here's 20 different lineups, 26 different lineups. And there's only 80 something games here, 82 games in the NBA season. And this guy has 20 something lineups, 30 something lineups.
Experiment.
Not that. It's just that the Heat, again, how we operate, we don't necessarily, right, build up like that. We find guys who can play defense. And then if you happen to have some offense in you, great. And then we'll try to find an offensive piece here and there. That's how it's been, man. But we need something now. We need something to boost the offense now because the way that the Heat are ranking, excuse me, when it comes to offense, it's just terrible, dog. You know, we're one of the worst offensive teams when it comes to points per game. We're at the bottom, pretty much, bottom half. When you're talking about field goals percentages and stuff like that, we're definitely towards the bottom. And that's not where you want to be, dog. That's not where you want to be. When you look at the defense, all the defensive numbers are great, and that's cool. But we know that this Heat team needs immediate offense right now, dog. And yeah, the trade rumors are going to heat up.
Do you really think that we make a move before the trade deadline, though?
I think we do. But
what we've seen in the last couple of years, do you really think that the Heat make a move right now for what's out there?
I think we do, bro, because not that we have to blow it up. We don't have to blow it up. But what I think that Spo and company recognizes is we're one piece away, and that one piece doesn't have to be a mega superstar.
Big splash piece.
A big splash piece. Get a guy who can come in and be efficient on offense and not be a deterrent on defense. A better version of Duncan. We can find that. You know what I mean? It's out there. It's out there. Now, if that comes in the form of a big man, wonderful. That would be great. If it comes in the form of a guard, even better. I'll take it, right? But that's what we need. Offensively gifted, defensively sound. Yeah. Doesn't have to be a superstar, right? I don't need a 30-point game.
Nah, but we need somebody that can reliably put up, 15 is what we're looking for?
I'm looking for a 17 to 19 guy.
Okay.
Come in here and give us 17 to 19. Okay. Don't be the main guy. I have main guys. Be my fourth guy. Consistent.
So somebody that can shoot the three ball, I think.
Somebody who can shoot the three. You feel confident sending that person to the free throw line, right? Or having that guy in the fourth quarter in 2 minutes to be able to pass the ball or make a free throw, make a big shot. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be a superstar. There's plenty of players who are glue guys, quote unquote, or athletic players that can provide that. And I think that the Heat can find something like that. It's doable. It's doable. Go out there and find ourselves a 17-point game player, you know?
Well, we need it because, I mean, I know that we play the Lakers tonight, but I'm looking at the line. We're a 5.5-point underdog.
Yeah, no Jimmy.
We're missing Jimmy and who else? Anybody else?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Sure. I'll give you.
Yeah, but I don't like seeing that, dog. Especially against LeBron. I want to be able to compete against LeBron.
Caleb's out. That's another defender.
Caleb.
Jimmy's out. Caleb's out. Josh Richardson is out. And Hayward Highsmith, another guy who can defend that wing position type, out.
Damn, dude. What is going on with us, man? And we got no depth.
We're just
We got nobody else.
we have depth, but it's like I told you, it's defensive.
Yeah.
It's defensive help.
Yeah.
It's not offensive help, you know. And look, we're gonna get smoked tonight by the Lakers.
so?
I think so.
I'll take the Heat tonight, guys. Oh, you know what? This episode
Take the
comes
plus.
out after.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't even give you advice.
We can't even give you advice. But I would not be surprised if the Heat lost tonight because of how bad we're down. Unless Bam and Tyler both fucking go for 30 points apiece, you know what I mean? Or Tyler comes out and drops a 50 burger on LeBron's head or some shit like that, then I can be like, all right, we got this. But tonight's not looking favorable. Then it gets even harder because we're heading to Phoenix and they won 4 straight. And Phoenix is a team that's climbing up the Western Conference.
Yeah, because they got a squad. They got Kevin Durant. And they got Devin Booker.
Yep. And they've been scoring points. You know, yeah, they'll lose games, but
expect them to, bro, with that squad.
But they're putting up points, and then we come back home on Monday to face Houston at home. They're a bad team, right? A team that you can get your homestand started with. They're 1-3 in their last 4 games, but we got to get healthy, man. Jimmy's calf, Caleb's ankle, Jay Rich is back, Lowry just coming back, Kevin Love can't really play heavy minutes. Like, yeah, man, we're in a rough spot. We're in a rough spot.
And where are we standing right now in the East?
Right now, we're still, let's see. In the East, we're still 4th, 19-14, tied with Orlando, and Indiana's 1 game behind, or half a game.
That shit could all change Cleveland. Quick, bro. Yeah, it's all way too close between 4 and 8. Everything is way too close.
Yeah, there's only 3 teams with 20 wins in the conference. That's Boston, Milwaukee, and Philadelphia. You know, as opposed to the West that has 5 teams.
Right.
6 teams.
West is it's usually better.
Just better.
Generally speaking.
And then again, I think that's where the Heat can take advantage, right? You look at those teams that are completely out of it, 12, 13, 15 games out of it. Detroit, Washington, Charlotte, Toronto, Atlanta, Chicago, you know, Brooklyn. They have players that we can possibly get, and they don't have to be a superstar, and they can help out this team. I think we need to explore that. Help! We need time, man. We need help. We need help. Bring in the reinforcements.
Come on, Spo.
A team that doesn't need help are the fucking Panthers.
Oh, bro, the Panthers are lighting it up right now.
Them boys are on fire. 5 straight wins, dog.
That's a great streak. You were giving them shit.
Yes.
You were giving them shit about this specific thing.
I was.
What the hell is even that?
I was. But and with good intentions. With good intentions. Because what I was thinking was like, all right, guys, if you're gonna be a serious team and you've already invested so much into your franchise and with all these players, let's see these guys put a run together. Let's see Verhaeghe, Reinhardt, Kachuk, Mundell, all these guys who are coming back, all these guys who are coming back from injuries in different times. Let's see you guys put a little run together. Let's see you guys find a way to win games and win games handedly, whether you're coming back or you're up ahead early. And that's exactly what's happened here. I had mentioned before we recorded that they were going to have a long holiday break. And they used that break to their best abilities. They got healthy. They were able to practice on their new practice facility they broke in a week and a half ago.
Super dope
practice facility. And you can tell the guys felt good about it. There's a good energy with the team. And then boom, they rip off 4 straight wins. They had one game before the break, and then boom, rip off those 4 straight wins.
Which was a 4-2 win against Las Vegas.
Yes, because you were there.
I was there. I remember that one.
Because you were there. And then look, that Wednesday, right? The Wednesday after that, we beat our in-state rivals, took care of Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay.
Go Lightning.
Not. Beat them 3-2. And we scored in every period. And then Tampa Bay scored 2 in the 3rd period, and we were able to withstand the rest of the onslaught to come away with the victory. Those are grinded out type games that they were winning last year and the year before, right? And we hadn't seen that from them this year, where they can go out there and off the strength of a win, right? Because you had already won before, you took a break, and now you came back. You don't want to lose that momentum. To get that win against a rival and a good opponent in Tampa Bay was huge. And you could tell that they rode that momentum the whole way there, man. They came back versus the Rangers on Friday and won that game 4-3. Sam Reinhart, that's one of those guys that we were talking about earlier, scored twice in the 2nd period to give the Cats the lead. And then New York came back and tied it, and reliable Carter Verhaeghe. That dude, man, just a guy that is a glue guy, right? We talked about it. He's not on the same level as Kachuk when it comes to superstardom, right? But this is a dude who can provide offense, defense, come in shifts, kill the power play on a power play. You know what I mean? Like, you need those guys that can provide that. And for me, Carter Verhaeghe is a guy that is kind of underrated when it comes to scoring goals, but he has 19 on the year so far. The only one who's that bar ahead of him is the guy who scored 2 goals in that same game, which is Sam Reinhart. He's leading the team with 24.
Yeah, ever since he found his groove, Verhaeghe, last year was it, or the year before that, he's really become that go-to guy when we're looking, we need a score.
Absolutely, dog. Absolutely. And look, man, this is a guy who overall, as his career has been here with the Panthers, he's always been a guy who can score goals, right? He came in, only had 18 and then blew up for 24. And then last year we saw him put the 42. Right now, already at a pace of 19, shows you that he can continue to climb, right? And continue to get better. And that's what we're seeing here. We see Sam Reinhart being more of a consistent goal scorer and not just going through droughts and heavy rain periods with goals. That game was very important, man. Again, to come back against a tough team like the Rangers, a team that's in your conference, battling you for position, right, in your own division, and you go out there and come back and fight hard, tough nails, come away with a victory to keep your winning streak alive. That shit takes balls, man. And I'm glad that the Cats are letting them hang.
See what you did there.
You saw what I did there. Because
there.
It helps them continue that momentum.
I do.
And this is a team that we've seen, Joel, that can really thrive off momentum. When their vibe is good, it's hella good. And those guys are balling. They're putting up win streaks left and right, winning games 5-2. No, but how they do it too, right? In that form and fashion.
Right. That's been the key, man. They're dominating right now. This 5-game stretch that we've really been dominating after having a couple questionable losses right before that, So, it begs the question, is this the start of something new? Is the new year something, that the Panthers are now finding themselves, right into the thick of it and on their way to, potentially a really good seed in the, in the NHL.
In the NHL. I think so, man, because when you look at it, they won that Saturday game right before New Year's Eve. 4-1, really kicked the shit out of Montreal. And we scored 3 goals to kind of kill the game in the third period. After being ahead early. Again, the guys stepping up that you need to step up, the Bennetts, the Verhaeghes, the Stolars, right? Because we talked to him about him earlier this year when he was stepping in for Big Bob here. And then for him to step into Big Bob's here in the middle of a win streak and say, hey, you have the pressure to go out there and not fuck this up and only allow 1 goal and make 18 saves. Like, yeah, that's a good day's work for a guy who's a backup goalie, right? And for the team to be like, yo, we feel confident in you being in the goalie position that we're going to continue this win streak. And then again, continue to start the new year with the good vibes, right? Got a big win yesterday in Arizona Tuesday night where they go out there and win again 4-1. Completely dominated the game from the first period with good defense, really stopping all of the shots that they gave up, and Big Bob was back in goal. And again, we scored 3 goals in the third period to put the game on ice, literally. Reinhart, Kachuk, and Forsling with the goals in the third period. Just guys. The guys that you want to be the ones scoring the goals. Forsling, come in here, provide help. Come in here and help Kachuk. Come in here and help Verhaeghe. Come in here and be a decoy. Be the guy who makes the easy goal after the defense is paying attention to the other main guys, right? That's what makes this Panthers team dangerous. And right now, they're definitely on that dangerous mode. They have that switch flipped on for sure. Because I see something different in this team, Joel. I see something different in the way that they play and the way that they battle. In hockey, you see it all the time, right? Because we see it on the Hard Rock app and when you're betting it. But you see it in hockey all the time, where a team go down 2-1, and then in the second period, give up a couple of shots, and the team feels that pressure, and next thing you know, they allow 3 goals in that, and the game is 5-1. Hockey's funny like that, dog. Where when you're not paying attention, that shit can turn around on you real quick. And the Panthers have done a real good job of riding the wave this season to figure themselves out, really build the chemistry together, know what everybody's role is going to be, and then go out there and execute. That's the thing that's really impressed me the most so far about this run. And they put themselves right back into that chase of Boston. They're only 4 points behind them.
Playoff standings are looking nice right now. I'm going to tell you, Doug.
Yes, sir.
The gap on Boston with this 5-game run. That's the importance of the runs that you're talking about. Having those big win streaks can shift a lot of shit in just a couple of games,
Yeah, for sure. And look, even if it came down, Those Boston games, super important. We're already 0-2 against those guys. But we at least have a leg up on the Rangers because we already won one game against them, right?
And the Lightning.
So these are teams that are going to be close to us. Carolina, close to us as far as positioning goes. So you need these key battles to win. And when you got to, and like we talked about with the Heat and with the Dolphins, when you have lesser talented opponents, you have to go out there and take advantage of wins. You go out there and you beat an Arizona. You go out there and you face a Las Vegas Knights and you give them your run because you've already faced them before, right? As defending Stanley Cup champions. We won the first game against Las Vegas 4-2. So let's keep these good things going, right? Don't you like more good times? Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? But this is the brand of hockey that the Panthers play that have made them successful.
Oh, you almost called them the Canthers.
Almost.
And I think they can do it this year, dude.
They can, man.
They
Listen,
do, bro. This team is great, bro. We have a great team, dog. Like you talk about like the Heat, and you know how we always compare the two. Right now, you know the Heat are really banged up. Well, the Panthers are really healthy, and they're firing on all cylinders right now, looking like they're in mid-season form. They really are, legitimately.
Yeah. And look, you want to be battle tested in hockey. You want to be battle tested. Go Las Vegas, one of the best teams in the West. Colorado, they're number one in their division. So these are two of the tough teams in the Western Conference. You gotta go out there and get the games because this is the competition you have to win in order to make the stuff on your conference a lot easier. Yeah. And it sounds tough to go out there and beat two Western Conference opponents that are really good. But guess what, man? Sometimes that's a little bit easier of a task because there's not that much familiarity between the two teams, right? Like, I don't know you. It's not like we play 7 times during the season, as opposed to if we're playing the Carolina Hurricanes, the Rangers, Boston, you know what I mean? Tampa Bay, where we're playing those guys 4 times a season. It's like, yo, I'm tired of these guys already.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so we can take advantage of these games. And then, after that game on Saturday versus Colorado, 4 p.m. start, which is kind of weird. Well, I guess it's a 1 p.m. start in Colorado. It's weird, man.
Yeah,
Saturday hockey, right?
Yeah,
Saturday afternoon hockey, dog. I like it. They won't play again after that Saturday game until Tuesday. So, again, can the Panthers take advantage of these rest days in between these games, especially on this road trip? It's not going to be easy, but they can do it.
Yeah.
And they got to keep this streak alive. I'm sorry. They got to keep this streak alive.
I would like to see this streak extended.
Let's see it, man. I think they can really get this game on Thursday against the Knights. Go out there, get a good performance, you know, maybe a shutout or a 1-goal game by Big Bob and just keep riding the wave, man. Keep riding the wave because we know that there's always going to be a downside to this, right? So you got to try to make the good times last as long as possible.
Let's go Canthers.
Let's go Panthers. Vamos Gatos.
But yes, we can. Remember.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I know that we talked about the Dolphins on OnlyFans. We're not going to go too much into the Dolphins, right? But I just want to get your opinion on the biggest game of the season. What are your thoughts on Buffalo's latest run of games? They've beaten some good opponents. They've beaten some bad opponents. One familiar opponent in the Cowboys, right, that we both played. What are your thoughts on those guys heading into Sunday?
I mean, you look at this past game they played against the Patriots. The Patriots actually gave them a run for their money.
They gave them a little tough game.
So that's kind of reassuring for us. But, man, you know, like we talked about it on OnlyFans, just the availability of our guys and how hurt we are. You know, I know, you know, Buffalo also has people that are hurt, but I think they're healthier than us overall, man.
Yeah.
And the best thing that we have going for us is that we're playing at home. So that's the best thing that we have going for us right now.
I think that's what makes it a 60-40 game. You know what I mean? Like usually these type of games are toss-ups, 50-50, because they're both talented. It depends who's healthier or who plays better football, right? Who doesn't turn over the ball and whatnot. But I think that the fact that the Dolphins are playing this game at home does something for them. And yeah, like I talked about on OnlyFans, I think that they have tons of reasons to be galvanized and really come together for this big game, right? Because for all of them, for every single, there's so many players you can name on the Dolphins team, dog, that this game matters as far as personal reasons, financial reasons. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of Dolphins players that have a lot on the line here, and they have to step up. One in particular that we didn't talk about on OnlyFans, and I'm glad I remember, was Agba. He was a healthy scratch last week against Baltimore. Chubb went down. You're forced into action. He's the highest paid Dolphins player on the roster.
Did he play in Baltimore?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
He was a healthy scratch. That's what I said.
Okay.
So he didn't play. Chubb is hurt. We need Agba to step in now, right? Like, I don't know. What can we expect from that guy?
What about Raekwon? You know, Raekwon's another guy, but that's more of an interior guy. Like our outside guys we're just losing them, dog.
That's
Ogba's that guy.
He's the last one.
It's Ogba and Gink.
Yep.
And Melvin Ingram now.
And look, Ogba is a dude who, I was listening to Owen Marquetti. He said that this is a guy who's probably looking to be, who's probably going to get cut, right? Being the highest paid Dolphins. We're not necessarily dying to pay this guy. He's coming in where he has to put up a good performance, right? To continue to show his value as a free agent.
Sure.
We got a lot of guys riding, like I said, personal motivation is going to be through the roof. And I think the team motivation is going to be through the roof too, man.
There's a lot of riding on this game, dog.
This
is the most important game of the season right here.
There is, man. There is. And it is the most important game of the season because it's the last game of the season. And we know what's at stake. AFC East is on the line. Go check out OnlyFans and you can listen to Joel and I break down not only the Baltimore game, but we also look forward to this Buffalo game. And before we wrap up, let's look at a couple of player props on the Buffalo side.
Yeah, so,
give them some bad juju.
Overall, I mean, the Dolphins are going into this game with 3-point dog at home.
Wild.
The point spread is 49 points.
What's the over-under?
49.
Okay, my fault.
We're going to look at some player props here and see what we like or what we don't like. So
passing yards. Let's start with passing yards.
I'll start with passing yards. The first one is Josh Allen. 245. 245 and a half yards for Josh Allen. I think
it's over. I think it's over.
I think he goes over.
I think it's over.
I think, right now.
He's too good. He's too good.
We're struggling on offense, and he has a lot of pieces. You know what I mean? Like, I think that...
the problem is that we're susceptible to the big play. Mm-hmm. And that shit can kill us. Yeah. Right? Where it's like a 75-yard touchdown, and then boom, he can have 100 yards up to that point, but now you're at 175, 180, 190. So, yeah.
Look at Tua, 264 and a half.
That's wild.
Higher than Josh Allen.
With Waddle out.
Waddle's out again.
Well, I don't know if he's going to play or not. He's game time decision.
God. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Because I'm going to say yes because we need it. We need him to throw for over 265. Because this game rests on the offense's hands.
He can do it.
The offense has to be able to produce. I hope that we have more of a balanced run attack, that we use H-Hand a lot more and stuff like that. But I just feel like this game against Buffalo, like we're going to need that plus a big game from Tua.
Well, right now they don't have the player props for rushing yards. They only have Tua up there. They don't have H-Hand. They don't have Mostert. Those guys don't know if they're going to play or not. But they have James Cook over under 63.5 and Josh Allen over under 35.5. I think I'm going under for sure, Josh Allen, because I think the Dolphins are going to be smart to contain him, right? We're going to do a good job of containing him and shutting off the edge. That's going to be our main goal and forcing everything up the middle. Maybe Cooks, well, he's been catching the ball a lot more, dog. So I don't really think he's going to be a threat running the ball. Wilkins, dog. Wilkins and Zeller are going to fucking eat this guy up.
Oh, God, I hope so, bro. We need it.
Last one. Let's check receiving yards.
Yeah,
this one's interesting.
Stephon Diggs over under 60.5. Tyreek Hill over under 94.5.
Who's having the better year this year, eh?
I mean, Tyreek has been, but these last couple of games he's been banged up, man.
He's been banged up.
He hasn't gotten that 94.5 in the last couple games.
He needs it, don't you think?
We do. We all need it. He needs 260 something to hit the record.
Yeah.
It sucks, man, that he missed that one game and he got hurt. I felt like he was primed to do it, man. Like he was on pace to really do it.
He would have helped himself out by catching that touchdown. That's all I'm going to say. That's 20 yards, something closer, dog.
He should have had that for
sure. Should have had that for sure. I would say over for both of these guys, right? Because I think that Stephon Diggs is going to be able to find good matchups, right, on our secondary. They're going to move him a lot.
He did well against us last time. I wouldn't see why he wouldn't have.
I don't see why they... And again, they're I know that it's a new offensive coordinator that they have, but he's going to find ways to get the Diggs with a good matchup, right? And that's always a 50-50 in his favor for sure. Probably 75-30. Over for Diggs. And over for Hill.
Yeah, and I'm going to say over for the points. So it's got to be over 40 points.
That's crazy. I was going to say under.
I'm going to go over.
I was going to say under. I think there's going to be a lot of yardage been thrown around, but there's going to be a lot of defensive stops in the red zone. And
you want to put $20 on it?
No.
Over under? Me and you? Heads
up.
Let's
do it. Let's do it. Fuck it.
All right, I got the over.
I'll take the under.
All right, cool.
Man? Why not, man? Yeah, dog. Yeah. Dolphins.
I'm looking forward to it. Sunday Night Lights.
This is it. This is a game of the season, baby. This is it.
It's a playoff game. It's legit a playoff game already.
We've been in playoff mode these last 4 weeks.
The only thing is, you got to consider this on a double elimination playoff game where if you lose, you still have a shot to redeem yourself, but... This is
playoff
huge.
mode. Everybody, playoff mode. And I think Rob Hunt is coming back for this Sunday.
We're gonna need all.
We're gonna need
all
him and Baker. Baker's also in line to come back.
Huge, man.
Huge.
I'll be looking at the Sports with SoSo, account, see who's active in an active game day.
You know me, dog. I like to post my shit on Instagram.
I don't even go on ESPN and that shit. Just look at what you post, dog.
All you gotta do is check out my stories.
Yeah.
Real quick before we jump out of here, let's do honorable mention. We got the PGA Tours kicking off this weekend.
Finally, dog. Finally. The Hawaii swing is here.
Let's go. 2 tournaments in Hawaii. We got the Century Tournament, and then next weekend is the Sony Open.
Century Tournament is dope.
This one is dope.
All the winners of last year, all the people that won last year.
Except for the guy who won it, because now he's playing in the Live Tournament. That was John Rahm.
A guy by the name of John Rahm.
Yeah.
Crazy tournament for him. That was one of his, 3 wins last year?
Yep.
But yeah, no John Rahm this year at the Century Tournament of Champions, but it's the return of golf, of PGA
it's always
golf.
Good.
So, I mean, you got to love that coverage, man. I'm excited to see some competitive golf get underway.
Me too, man. Me too. I'm tired of seeing those whack-ass tournaments. Let's get to the good stuff.
Let's get to the
good stuff. And lastly, I got to give a big shout-out to the Hurricanes basketball program, man. Those boys are doing their thing out there. Coach L, you the man, cuz. 10-2. Yeah, shout out to the Canes, baby. We're throwing it up to you all day. 10-2, third in the ACC, and they're going into ACC play right now. Portion of the schedule where
those 2 losses, correct me if I'm wrong, were against ranked opponents, right?
Yeah. Yep. And again, we know that this team is good. It has enough talent. Omir's back, and he's been really doing well. The guard play has been excellent. And I'm excited to see how they handle themselves in the ACC. They got a tough game tonight against Clemson. I'm going to be watching that. And then this weekend, they're playing Wake Forest. So they're playing tonight at home. And then I think the Wake Forest is on the road. So, yeah.
March Madness is right around the corner.
Close. And then we're going to do another bracket. Holla. But, yeah, man, it's time to wrap this thing up by telling a friend.
To tell a friend.
To tell another friend.
To tell everybody that they know.
To go check out OnlyFans right now. Drop a comment on that. Hit that like button. Let us know what you guys thought about that recap. And, of course, continue to tune into the Sports with SoSo episodes here that we drop on YouTube, because they're going to be coming to you every single week. Until next time, y'all. Peace.